There is one train route that exists all the way from Miami to Alaska. There's just one catch. It's notorious for being one of the most delayed and dangerous train lines in America.
Amtrak trains were delayed for hours.
And I'm gonna take it. For the next 7 days, I'm traveling across America from Miami all the way to Alaska to answer one simple question. Is traveling by train actually that bad?
No, sir. Please go back to your seat.
This is actually the train that I've been on that's been delayed the worst.
Really? Let's do this. It all started in Miami, Florida at Amtrak Station.
Here we go.
Room 10, room 10. I made it to my seat and met my first friend.
You my neighbor?
I think so.
Nice. My first train.
Oh, is it? I love the train.
What was your name?
Pam.
Pam. Antonio.
We've made it to our seat. We're about to take off here shortly, or choo-choo, depart, chugga-chugga. I don't know what the term is from train lingo. Whatever it is, it's happening. We're choo-chooing. And so the journey begins. And so began day one of my journey across America. This journey is going to have 3 different legs. Each one is going to get a little bit crazier than the last. The first leg of the journey begins today on day 1 from here in Miami and will end when we get to our undisclosed location 2 days from now, where we'll have to hop on our next train. I'm really excited because the further north we get, the more the scenery is going to be beautiful. I have no idea what to expect, but I know it's going to be crazy.
Go back to the restroom and flush the toilet.
But before we do anything else, I want to get a good feel for the train. So let's go take a tour of this place, and then I'll give you a tour of my seat. Let's go. I don't know too much about trains, but I think that this one has 11 different cars. And the fact that you can just nonchalantly walk from one car to the next still impresses me. These back 3 are all sleeper cars, meaning the people that stay here are staying overnight for multiple days. The biggest is family, the middle is bedroom, the smallest, what I'm in, is a roomette. Next up, we have the dining car, which is nicer than my local Denny's. That's saying something.
Pretty cool.
After that, you got the cafe lounge car where you can buy snacks and lounge. And then you have the coach cars up front, which are typically used by people who are traveling shorter distances. It's kind of crazy. I'm really not used to train travel. It's so much different than flying because you could just walk around everywhere. It's not really security. I'm still getting used to it. Whoa. So these are like the shared bathrooms in the car. And I think there's a shower on the other side. I'll have to be testing that out later because I've always got to have a shower. I'm really hungry. I want to go eat my first meal at the dining car, see how the food is. But before we do that, I got to give you guys a little room tour. So let's go to the room. We got a seat right here, another one directly across from me, both facing each other. I can lift this and recline down. Kind of cozy, kind of chill. Got a table right here that I can pull up, work on videos. And just like that, you can go full blackout mode. Let me show you some other cool features. There were honestly so many cool little details that they put into this room, and for someone like me with OCD, it was extremely satisfying. Okay, this is kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Check this out. This feels like nicer than like the average apartment in New York City. They also give you little cups right here in case you want to wash your mouth out. Tonio, this is cool and all. Where are you going to sleep? Sleep is essential. I agree. Which is why, if you click this button, you then got yourself a bed. Huh? Oh, you thought there was just one bed in this? Kind of cool, right?
So you must love trains, huh?
Well, that's my first one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, first time on an Amtrak. Actually going all the way across America.
What, are you glutton for punishment?
But this has so far been awesome.
Oh, good. Now, wait for the delays.
Add 4 hours to your ETA.
You want to eat in your room or the dining car?
I'll eat in the dining car. At this point, it had been only a few hours, and things were going good. Day 1 was off to a good start, but we're on America's worst train. Things were bound to get worse. It's crazy because mentally, I feel like I'm at a restaurant, but then when I look out the window, I'm just flying however many miles an hour. It's just like weird to get used to. I have not eaten a single thing today, and I am very, very hungry, so I'm super excited to check out what they got here. The menu looked great, but I figured the safest thing was to just order a burger. And then I noticed something. Unfortunately, there was just one thing to do. Listen, I don't want any judgment in the comments. I was starving, okay? Telling you there is nothing better than enjoying a nice meal with a beautiful view. I think it's time I explain what inspired this trip in the first place. See, a couple of weeks ago, I took America's worst possible flight from New York to Los Angeles. What should have been a 6-hour nonstop flight was a 47-hour journey with 2 layovers in a literal different continent. And what if you guys left this comment?
What is even more ridiculous is that as long as this is, it is still shorter than Amtrak.
And I just had to see if David Empire 4874 was right. Besides the hair, the dining wasn't bad, and that was because of Gene.
I said, sit down, screamed it. I wasn't even nice about it. And then I apologized later.
He was over the dining cart, and he and I ended up talking for hours. He knew multiple different languages, lived all over the world, was a flight attendant for 30 years. Going on a trip like this alone, he was a chill guy that made me feel like I had a friend. But alas, it was time to return to my room. And I was honestly really enjoying this train ride. It's not like anything could go wrong, right? Right? Sometimes I like to, play some video games, and unfortunately, I left any of my consoles at home, which is a terrifying thought on a 7-day train journey. But honestly, I'm not even mad, because I found something way better. FishingClash, ladies and gentlemen. FishingClash is today's video sponsor, and they're a mobile fishing simulator where you unlock real-world fisheries, compete in PvP battles, and build out your own gear arsenal. Driving through the great state of Florida right now. Digitally, I'm on the coast of Florida, reeling in some crazy catches. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, 1 second. The guy's name is Tonio is not 40. Just to remind all you guys that I'm not 40. This game will get me through hours of train track. And I may or may not be trash talking some people in the clans. I'm telling you right now, by the time I reach Alaska, I might be a top 100 angler. And the best part is they gave me a code just for you. Once you download the app, click the top right corner, press gift codes, and type in code Tonio to collect your gift. That gets you a $20 reward pack for free. Gear, boosts, even a unique avatar. Just download FishingClash using the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen. Thanks again to FishingClash for making this whole trip possible. Without further ado, let's get ready for dinner. We were coming to the end of day 1 and we weren't even close to being out of Florida. So I decided to go back to the dining car and grab some dinner.
I'll clean it in just a minute.
Okay. Gene came in clutch with a great recommendation.
Which do you prefer out of these two?
I'm a chocoholic.
Okay.
Then I overheard him talking about something, and so I had to ask.
Gene, what were you saying about a delay?
Train 41 is 7.5 hours late right now.
How likely is that happens to us?
No, they had engine trouble.
So I don't need to be worried?
But Gene wasn't there. So I decided to keep myself in good spirits and go get ready for bed. All right, my friends, it is time to make the bed. It's shower time. All right, well, time to go to sleep. Well, good morning, guys. Today is Tuesday, which means that we are only 1 day away from our first stop where we're going to shift trains in an iconic city, a city that I've never been to, and we may or may not be meeting up with a special guest in this city. Cheers. Went to sleep in Florida this morning. We woke up in, I'll give you a second to guess, North Carolina. We went through Georgia and South Carolina last night. After stretching my legs, it was time to grab a quick shower. Shower time. And honestly, things were going really good. Just when I thought they couldn't get any better, we stopped moving.
Looking at an issue with the cafe car. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, please do not come into the cafe car. The cafe car is temporarily closed.
I hope this doesn't delay us.
So why does a delay matter? Well, it's time I let you in on something. See, the second leg of this journey will get us to the northwesternmost town in America, Bellingham, Washington. We'll have officially crossed America. But our best shot of actually making it the last stretch to Alaska only departs once per week on Fridays. Right now, we're scheduled to arrive there just in time on Friday, but we have no margin for more delays.
Please go back to your seat.
Everything has to go perfectly from here on out.
What's going on?
The fire department's here. They got a fire in the cafe.
No, I couldn't smell it.
It fell up with smoke. That's why we stopped so abruptly.
Well, I guess now I know why we were delayed for so long. The train caught fire. There was no power, which meant no AC. And even worse, the toilets wouldn't flush.
Please go back to the restroom and flush the toilet.
All we could do was sit around and wait.
What do you think about this?
It's crazy. It's bonkers.
I tried to just make some friends and keep myself in good spirits. We tried to pretend like the train was still moving.
Now it's going bonkers.
And after a couple hours,
Wait, did we get power back?
I think so.
You currently have power again. Please go back.
you know what? Delays are to be expected. We're just a few hours behind, and we're still on schedule to make our next train tomorrow. And we've just crossed into another state, ladies and gentlemen, Virginia. We were back on the track again. Things were looking up, and before we knew it, we were in Washington, D.C. I got out and stretched my legs. Then I noticed something. We'd been stopped in D.C. for a little bit too long.
Are we stopped?
We are until they get this cafe
Okay.
replaced.
Do we have an estimate of how long?
know, like an hour?
I've not been told anything.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So we are stuck, delayed again in Washington, D.C. Also have bad news. Changed the cruise, so I think Gene got off. And I didn't get to say bye.
Sit down and screamed it. I wasn't even nice about it. And then I apologized later. Wait for the delays.
Okay, update. I just found out that our delay is going to be a lot longer, apparently. But at this point, I'm a little bit concerned for leg 2 of this trip, that I might miss my transfer tomorrow if this gets delayed a little bit longer. So, definitely a little worried here. If we're delayed any longer, I risk missing my train for leg 2 of this journey, potentially not making it to Alaska at all.
Again, we can always apologize for the inconvenience, keep you informed with whatever information becomes available, and thank you for your patience.
I'm not gonna lie, this trip took a lot of planning. This was a mental low for me. I was even considering getting off. And right before I was about to, the train started moving.
All right, folks, you're going to add 4 hours to your ETA. Roger, Brown, should have been at 4:30.
There's a risk that we miss our next train, but I'm just gonna have faith that we're gonna make it and keep a positive outlook and let's enjoy the final night. Leg 1 of this journey was almost done, and that's when I ran into these guys.
So these guys watch the videos. Yo, what's up? Dude, you gotta watch the video to find out, bro.
Because of the limited space, they seat you as strangers at every meal.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Hi. We're going to Chicago. How about you?
But these guys quickly went from strangers to friends. But on America's Worst Train, the good times don't last long. There was another fire. Apparently someone left their snack wrapped in tinfoil in the microwave. Everyone was nervous that we were gonna be delayed again. And this guy said,
Stop the train for 2 hours.
No, we not. No, sir. We got to go to Chicago.
what an insane turn of events we had today, guys. Fire on the train, another fire on the train, met some friends, took a shower, crazy day. I'm really excited and I have faith that we're gonna make it to leg 2 of this trip. Tomorrow morning, we're gonna wake up in a new city. We're gonna switch trains. We're gonna introduce a surprise special guest that I'm really excited about. I love you guys. See you in the morning. Update. It's 3:40 in the morning. We have not moved since 11-ish at night. We were stuck in the middle of nowhere. And by nowhere, I mean we were stuck in the infamous Appalachian Mountains, known for their unpredictable weather, dense forests, and hundreds of unexplained disappearances. Apparently due to flash flood warnings. At this point, I'm guaranteed to not make my transfer to the second leg of this trip. Can't do much right now because it's the middle of the night. I'm gonna do what I can only do right now and go to sleep. Figure this out as soon as I wake up. Due to flash flooding and high water levels, we were stuck.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
And apparently they were considering sending buses for us. I think it's probably that's probably going to be what happens is a bus situation.
That's what they're gonna try and do.
We've been stuck right here for 8 hours now. Just gotta wait the water out, I guess. Nobody really has answers right now how long we're going to be stuck here. Tried to get on Amtrak's Twitter to be able to see when this train is going to start going again. This is all I see. Since I'm already missing my train for leg 2 of this journey, figured maybe some food would help me think up a plan to try and catch up with it somehow. I was having breakfast with my new friend Mary Lou, and Pam was over at the other table, when all of a sudden, the train just started moving after, was that 9 hours?
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. Now this train was moving, but so was the train that I missed for leg 2. If I'm gonna make it to Alaska, I need a new plan quick. Update, I have been on this train for over 50 hours at this point. We are 16-ish hours delayed, and as you can see, we're stopped again. But I have a plan. See, the surprise city where I was going to transfer to my next train and begin leg 2 was Chicago. But because of the delays, that train has departed and I've missed it. However, I am going to make it to Pittsburgh in the next several hours. And if I can make it to Pittsburgh, then I can leave this train, get a flight, catch up with that train that I missed. Oh yeah, and that special guest that I told you was going to join us, well, it's Gabe.
I made it to Chicago to meet Tonio here and hop on the train. However, there is no Tonio.
He got on the train without me.
Somebody else supposed to be with you, right?
Yeah, but he's not going to be here.
Okay, that's cool.
But the good news is that I get a whole room to myself.
So now I have a new mission. Get off in Pittsburgh, take a plane to catch that train, and make it to Alaska.
It took a water cruise. to get here, but we're just about there to Pittsburgh.
I said farewell to my friends and headed off.
Man, it feels good to be off that train. So sorry, man.
Oh my goodness, guys. I'm in Pittsburgh. We're gonna get a good night's rest. Tomorrow, we're gonna wake up early and we're gonna take a plane to go catch this train because I am making it to Alaska. If it's the last thing I do, Alaska. It's Thursday. I need to be in Washington by tomorrow, so let's go catch this train. The plan was simple. Fly 4 hours from Pittsburgh to Denver, then fly 2 hours north to a small town called Kalispell, Montana, where I'd be catching the train. I've also never felt safer on a flight than sitting next to this man. Prayed for us the whole way. Absolute legend. And after a few more hours of flying, we made it to Montana. It's 2:45 p.m. Train's scheduled to be here at 10:45, I think. So we got some time to kill. Thankfully, we're in one of the most beautiful places that I've ever been to in my life. 1, we need to eat. 2, we need to see a pretty view. This really was a cozy little town, and I found a great restaurant to grab some food at.
Delicious.
I was able to rent a car and go check out Glacier Park, and boy, was it beautiful. I wonder what Gabe was doing. Before I knew it, the day was over, and it was time to go and catch that train. I gotta be honest, at this point, I was really lonely, and I was really excited to just see somebody I knew. You guys see those lights way down there? I think that's Gabe and the train. 20 hours of delays and 2 flights later, some way, somehow, we made it. Boys are reunited.
It's been so fun on there. I've never been on a train before. It's been great. Dude,
let's go. I'm so excited. We're going to make it to Alaska?
I hope so, judging on how it's gone so far.
We need literally a perfect trip with no delays if we're going to make it to Alaska.
So far, this has been perfect, so let's go.
Let's do it.
You're like the man of the hour.
Bro,
how was the trip?
Crazy. James, shout out James, everybody.
The last stretch is beautiful. Gonna get them get some good breakfast in the morning. The bed's already done. Everything's set up.
Bro, can I give you a hug?
Yeah, man. So we've been looking for you, brother. We've been looking for you.
Bro, thank you.
Get you some rest, in the morning. Breakfast, all that good stuff. Okay.
All right, man. Appreciate you, brother.
No problem, guys.
Leg 1 was done, leg 2 was in progress, and leg 3 was starting tomorrow. I think we're really gonna make it. Hey guys, check out our room. Bed, seat. We're gonna get cozy. I'm just so happy to be back on Amtrak. I love Amtrak. We're moving again. I literally cannot describe how good it feels to be on a train moving again. I actually want to cry. We're moving again. Day 4 of our 7-day journey was coming to an end. Tomorrow we'd wake up in Washington. Good night, buddy. Morning. Oh, day 5. Honestly, at this stage in the journey, the views were absolutely breathtaking. Morning. And of course, it isn't a trip with Gabe unless he makes his homemade coffee.
Oh no, this is so sketchy.
Honestly, I was just so thankful to be on a train that wasn't delayed and that it was moving in a direction. Alright guys, I can't believe I'm saying this, but pretty soon here, we are going to be at the northwesternmost town in the United States. And just like that, leg 2 had come to an end and we were on to leg 3. We have gone on trains, been delayed for 19 hours, gone on planes, gotten in cars, back on trains, more cars. We are in the northwesternmost part of the nation and we are getting ready to make it to Alaska. Only one of these bad boys leaves to Alaska every single week and we made it just in time to catch it. The last boat I was on like this was America's worst rated cruise. I hope this is a little bit better. Let's go, baby. Let's get to Alaska. This ship was absolutely massive. I greatly underestimated how big this thing was going to be, and when I booked it, I had no context or no idea. But this thing was basically a mini cruise. We embarked and headed north. I was pretty excited about the room because originally we were scheduled to sleep on chairs outside, so this was an upgrade. They had a cocktail lounge, an observation room. They also had giant chess, which Gabe beat me multiple times at. We then headed to the restaurant on board and grabbed some dinner. Before we knew it, it was time for bed. So it's time for bed. It's 9 o'clock, and I don't really know if it's ever going to get dark or not, or what the deal is with Alaska. I'm not a scientist, but I'm going to close my blinds and go to bed. See you in the morning. We are currently somewhere off of the coast of Canada. Beautiful. It is also freezing cold. All right, my friends, the journey has almost come to an end. So excited. Can't believe we've made it this far, and next time we talk to you guys, we'll have made it to Alaska.
Dude, I'm so excited. This has been such a journey.
Let's do this. We're going to bed. We'll see you in the morning. It almost didn't feel real heading down these stairs on day 7 and looking up at Ketchikan, Alaska. Babe, I made it to Alaska. I set out on a mission to answer the question, is train travel really that bad? And the answer is, it depends. If you're trying to get somewhere fast, then David Empire 4874 is right. It's even slower than America's Worst Flight. But if you're trying to get somewhere with a ton of memories, a bunch of random friends you would have never met, and some crazy stories, then I got 2 words for you, my friend. Choo-choo. See what I did there? Thanks for watching. YouTube and myself have been talking, and we both really think that you'll like this video. Could be the thing that changes your life. Okay, it might not change your life.